Let's talk about codependency. Codependency is a word that we use in our society a lot today. All right, I want to give you an illustration that is involving an ice rink and two ice skaters, two figure skaters, if you will. All of our guys' favorite sport in the world, right? But we're watching a figure skating event, and you can imagine the ice rink and the music. Kind of the Olympics do this, and they have their applause for the beautiful ice skating. You have the male figure on one side and the female figure on one side. And this is a picture of an ice skating, figure skating event. On one side, you've got the gentleman doing his routine to the music, and you've got the lady doing her routine to the music. That's called independence. Independence is not bad. It's something you do in life. Independently, you do things. And then, lo and behold, the figure skaters will join one another in the middle of the ice. I know it's not all perfect in that way, but they'll join in the middle of the ice and they'll do their routine gracefully together. That's called interdependence. Interdependence is a goal in a marriage or a relationship where there's an interdependency, where the two people are working together in a coordinated effort, and it becomes a grace, and it becomes beautiful to watch and see. There's a rhythm, there's a grace, there's a flow to it. Now imagine those two skaters, same ice, and you've got ropes tied around them. That is a constricted relationship. It's very codependent. The codependent relationship, they're not going to go very far. Another application to this illustration is if you imagine the ice and there's a center line, and she is constantly skating over to his side and over helping with his routine. But he never goes over to her side of the ice. That's a lopsided relationship. That's not going to work. And many of you are in those kinds of relationships. Or he is always skating over to her side, and the always around her. That's kind of like the ropes around one another. Relationships, we want to meet in the middle, and we want to have an interdependent relationship. Not overly independent, not codependent, but interdependent. Interdependency, you meet in the middle. You see, so I want you to ask yourself this question. Am I too involved in the life of my person I'm dating or I'm married to? Well, if you think that you're always skating over to their side and doing everything for them, but they never come to your side of the ice and do anything for you, you might be in a codependent relationship. If you go over to their side of the ice and you do everything for them and you're angry at them, well, you've conditioned that person to let you do everything for them. I do everything around here. I cook, I clean, I don't ever get any help. Well, that might be a codependent relationship. Okay? Interdependency, meet me in the middle. Let's discuss things together. If you stay on your side and that person doesn't meet you in the middle ever, there could be some issues there. You might need marriage counseling, or maybe you're dating and you're thinking that he may not be the one or she may not be the one for you. Listen, learn early before marriage that, and there's another video going to be about this, if a little problem persists in dating, it doesn't get smaller in marriage. Trust me on that. Okay, so interdependency is the goal. Perfectly? No. But recognize the tendency. If you look at the figuratively, if you look at the ice rink of your life, if there's no ice skating marks on one side and only all on the other, you got a lopsided relationship. So when we have an interdependent relationship, there's a mutuality. There's a way that you can just feel it being different. To know that it's lopsided is no good. We don't want that. Imagine having a healthy rhythm in your relationship. If you feel that it's extreme, you may want to bring that problem into the office and let someone help you disentangle that thought.